Hi guys, it's MicheleMarieDalene. How may I meet you? Yes, it is Friday. Yes, it is the 14th. Yes, it is sunny. Yes, that we're getting the forge today. Starting to get ready to go to level 3. And I wanted to let you know I did some experiments today with the iPhone, this iPhone versus the iPhone 3GS, regarding something called YouTube Dash. Now, for those of you who don't know what Dash is, Dash is a program, algorithm that is supposed to make videos play faster and stir faster on YouTube, and they do. Except the only problem is they don't buffer a lot of video in the device. So if you're like on Edge, or if you're like in a throttled internet connection, you ain't going to be watching very many YouTube videos. However, here's an interesting thing. The iPhone 3GS buffers video. Maybe not as much as, say, a full buffering in most videos, but quite a bit. So I was testing that last night with vaguely with my regular Wi-Fi connection, and it was doing pretty good. So I was very impressed because, as you know, over by the White House, the Wi-Fi connection is a little bit spotty as far as the phone goes. The iPhone 3GS kept holding onto that link like a Rottweiler and wouldn't let go. It just kept that link going all the way across. I'm talking about the Wi-Fi, whereas the iPhone 3GS was just a strong contender for signal. The iPhone 4S just kept dropping the ball repeatedly, trying to hold on to a link that was pretty weak as far as the iPhone 4S was concerned. It really isn't. It was just that the iPhone 4S seems to have a stronger signal. They also fixed me your problem. I cleaned it out like the doctor said to do, and that helped a lot. We got a lot of crud out of my ear. That's all I'm going to tell you. I don't think you want to go into the itsy-gritty details about what exactly kind of crud I'm talking about, do you? Probably not. Anyway, so we got that done. And I'm trying to find there we go. Position for my hands, because the camera in the front is, my hand keeps blocking this stupid thing. Alright, so that's the good news. The good news is that testing the two iPhones head to head, the iPhone 3GS still has a very strong contender. Apparently holding a Wi-Fi connection, and it does do some buffering of YouTube video material. In fact, since I do have Netflix and I do have Hulu Plus on the iPhone 3GS as well as on the iPhone 4S, I'm going to go ahead and see how it does with playing a video. I got a feeling it plays it fine. Why? Because, as I said, it holds the Wi-Fi signal very strong. It keeps it locked and solid, so it doesn't, lose signal. I have a bum sim in it right now just so I can get it to work. So actually I don't think the sim is quite that bum. I think what it is that the sim chip isn't making good contact. It's those micro sims to standard sim adapter bracket in it, and I don't think it's making good connections to all the pins, but it's, at least the phone is working. So does that mean the iPhone 4S is really a bad phone? No, it's not. In the right applications, the iPhone 4S is a very good phone. It just turns out that in the wrong applications, the iPhone 4S could be your worst enemy. iPhone 4S, if it did not have iOS 8.3 and was similarly configured to the iPhone 3GS, still would very much beat the 3GS, because in the amount of TPA of 256 megabytes versus the iPhone 3GS's 64 megabytes. So yeah, it would definitely still beat it performance-wise. It's got dual core processors, an A5 or is it A7 chip? I don't remember. Anyway, it's a faster chip. It's got a better video rendering engine, but when it comes to actually comparing the phones, there is some things the iPhone 3GS has that the iPhone 4S does not have. First of all, I've said this long ago, I'm going to stand behind what I said, is the iPhone 3GS has a nice rounded shape. You know, like it's not angular on the outside. It's got rounded contours, kind of like a nice, you know, pebble or a stone that has been in the river for a long time. You'll notice that the rock has kind of got a nice, wonderful, rounded, smooth surface, whereas this is kind of more like an iPhone that's been sitting on the beach for a few years. It's got, you know, more angular, it's a little more coarser. Apple tried to make this phone physically a little bit smaller, but I still think the iPhone 3GS is still, in some ways, the better phone. I got two phones, so I can use either one. I can change phones like I can change my socks. I gotta, speaking of socks, yeah, the alarm went off. That still does the same. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up because it is getting late. Okay, it is, the good news is everything is okay. I might use the iPhone 3GS once in a while. Why not? It's still a good phone. Okay. I can sync with my iPhone 3GS, with my, iMacs. The iPhone 4S is nice too. I don't really use Siri as much as I was going to use Siri. I did use it, but, you know, I think Apple did a pretty good job on Siri. I like the voice dictation option, but unfortunately the way I talk, because I have a little bit of a speech impediment, the computer processing parser kind of has a problem with a few of my words and a few of my vowels and consonants, and so it kind of just gets a little bit lost. But we've come a long way from the early text-to-speech, so, excuse me, speech-to-text, not text-to-speech. Oh, that too. I mean, prior to Siri, most speech, text-to-speech sounded like a machine. Now it sounds more like a human. The iPhone certainly took the experience of the PowerPC Max OS 9, OS 10, for example, actually OS 6, with speech was actually introduced to these products. It made it possible for you to have the computer talk. One of the most important improvements that was made in OS 9, and actually started in OS 8.5, was the creation of the voice of Victoria. Victoria made it sound a lot better than, say, and also they had Brooks too. Okay, I used to use Kathy. Kathy still sounds kind of computery, but I still like Kathy. It's just, you know, on some of my computers she sounds really awful. On others she sounds pretty good. I didn't try Kathy on the new Intel Core 2 Duo, but I'm sure she might sound just as fine. And now, by the way, I did get a copy of Snow Leopard. I'm going to try to install that tonight. I'm going to copy that on my thumb drive because I want to dual layer discs, and I will put that together and see how this goes. And I'm looking forward to seeing if it's really going to be improvement over the older operating systems. That, I mean, we got Leopard on it, 10.5.8, and it's not able to get the newest Intel Flash. It's not able to get the newest copy of Firefox browser. It's not capable of getting a lot of stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons to go with Intel Core. 10.6.8. It is the first only Intel-based iOS. It doesn't have the support for the PowerPC chip, but it does have the ability to at least use some of the newer software out there that I can't use on the PowerPC Mac anyway. And I also need to find a better version of a BitTorrent client because for some reason, and this is not a new problem, this is an old problem from day one on PowerPC and the Leopard. The BitTorrent sounds great. It starts, I use uTorrent. It starts great, and then it dies. Like, it goes slower and slower and slower and slower and slower. And then finally to the point where is, you know, you come back and you're no longer downloading anymore. You're just looking at a screen. It just says, you know, you dropped all your seeders, and then you're like, wow, where are all these people? And it turns out that there's some kind of a glitch, and the transmission does the same. So I don't think it's specifically the 2-bit torrent clients. I think it's something in the libraries in the system. I'm going to have to check into that. But so what I'll do is I'll try installing the newest BitTorrents and on the Intel Core 2 Duo and see how that does. And why not? I also found out I was able to get onto a website called getintopc.org. .com. Getintopc.com has it's a website it's really, honestly, guys, it's not a BitTorrent website. Thank God I was able to get a copy of Leopard off of BitTorrent off this website, and it was no charge. It's free. So it's called getintopc.com, and there you will find a lot of the different software available for your computer. I don't really want to go into a lot of details. I don't know much about the site. I just know that's where I downloaded the Snow Leopard from, and I got it in about, because now I was using it on the Power Mac, I mean an Intel Core 2 Duo, and that has the fastest hardwired link to my internet. I was able to get it in about 1 hour. And so for the software. So now I just gotta go ahead and copy it onto a bootable thumb drive and see how it works. I do want to buy a copy of Snow Leopard 2, but I don't really want to use any more PayPal buyer's credit because they already used quite a bit of it. So I'm gonna have to start shoveling a lot of money towards PayPal to make sure that we can keep the interest payments from getting too insane, if you know what I mean. Alright guys, that's it for now. Please do not forget to like or dislike, share with your friends, your enemies, your, whatever, and of course subscribe. Subscribing helps me know at least that you like what I got to say. Okay? Bye-bye.